Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be making this pizza like recipe, plantain frittata. This tastes so delicious and is super easy to make, so please keep watching. So the first thing we'll be needing for this recipe is onion, and you want to make sure you slice it into tiny chunks like this. Because I don't want this video to be long, I'm just going to be quickly showing all of my ingredients, just the size which you should slice it. So I'm using 4 medium tomatoes, which is enough for the size of frittata that I want to make. You can use more vegetables if you want, but you should be mindful about the amount of vegetables you use, because it can affect the final look of the dish. So I'm using my bell peppers, yellow, red, and the green bell peppers. Once I'm done slicing my vegetables, the next thing is to slice my plantain. And you should be doing this just the way I'm doing it in this video. I'm using 3 ripe plantains for this recipe. So once you're done slicing, you add a little salt before frying it, and make sure you don't fry your plantain till it turns brown. It should just be slightly brown, just golden yellow like this, because you're still going to apply heat to the plantain and you don't want it to appear too brown or looking burnt. So this is the color you should go for. So once I'm done frying, I'm just going to take, this is about maybe 1.5 tablespoon of oil. You don't need too much oil for this, just 1.5 tablespoon is what I used. Add your onion and let it fry for a while before adding your garlic. So you just want to fry this for a little while before adding your tomatoes. Sorry, I lost the clip of me adding the tomatoes, but the next thing is your tomatoes and then your scotch bonnet. This recipe is really easy to make. I usually don't make it all the time, but after this last one that I did, I'm like, this is just going to be part of my food timetable. I'm going to be making it very often now because my kids loved it, and I was just happy the way they were eating it, because kids are always picky. When they see vegetables and something, they don't want to eat it, but they ate every single thing in this, and I'm just glad. So plantain frittata, you go suffer from my hand. You go suffer from my hand this period. So I just added my bell peppers and I seasoned with salt, thyme, and 1 seasoning cube. Honestly, you don't need to do too much for this recipe. You don't need to add too much spice or anything. Just your salt, your seasoning, and that thyme is enough. I almost forgot to add my sausage, but then finally I remembered. I'm using chicken sausage for this. You can use any one you prefer. It really doesn't matter. Just add it in there, stir, let it soak in the taste from the sauce before turning off the heat. Please make sure not to fry your vegetables for too long. You don't want your vegetables to wilt before turning off the heat. You want to keep the colors vibrant and cute. So the next thing is my eggs, and for this recipe I'll be using 10 eggs. I'll just season with salt, black pepper, and chili pepper. Guys, this pepper, I think I'm in love with this pepper right now, because I add it to almost everything, to noodles, to my stew, I even add it to white rice, just to give it that color. I just love the taste. So if you can find it, please add it, but if you can't find it, it's okay. The black pepper and the salt is enough. So just put it in there, whisk. I'm using 10 eggs because of the size that I want to make. You can use less or more, it all depends on you. So now I'll be adding my sauce, my veggies. So I didn't add the chili pepper to the rest of the vegetables because I wanted the color and the taste to be very vibrant. I don't want to apply any heat to it so it doesn't wilt in any way. So once I'm done combining everything together, you get a pan. A non-stick pan is more preferable. You use a brush to grease in some vegetable oil on the pan like this. This is going to prevent the frittata from burning. But please make sure to use a non-stick pan or a pan that maybe, because this one is not completely non-stick, but it's non-stick to some extent. So this one really served the purpose well. So, just make sure you're using a good pan. Pour in your egg mix. You want to start putting in your plantain just the way I'm doing now. Please, it's important that you don't crowd the pan. Don't crowd the egg mix with plantain. You want to leave space in between the plantains so that you have space to put your bell peppers. Even if you don't want to add bell peppers, crowding the pan is definitely going to affect the look at the end of the day. So to highlight the appearance of the dish, I'm going to sprinkle in some chili flakes. I just love how it looks when the whole thing is done. So this pan doesn't have a cover, so I will be using a foil to cover it. If you have a pan that has a cover, good and fine, you can use that. But if you don't, this is what you should do. So I'm just going to leave this on low heat, very low heat, for 15 minutes. And this is what it looks like 15 minutes later. So because I wanted it to have some extra crust at the sides, I covered it again and let it sit on low heat for about 8 minutes before I turned off the heat. So once you turn off the heat, let it cool down, let it settle, cool, before you start, eating, before you start slicing it out. This really looked nice. You can see my chili flakes, my chili pepper, my bell peppers, everything is just looking so wonderful. You can have this with pap, with tea. I had mine with Pepsi and it was amazing. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video to this point. Please subscribe if you've not done that already. Thank you. I love you so much. Tell me when you try this recipe. Please tell me when you try this recipe. Take care of yourself. I'll be seeing you in my next one. Bye.